Joseph Aloysius Ratzinger's journey to the chair of Peter began in a small town in Bavaria. He was born in southern Germany to a devout Catholic family in 1927. His father was a police officer, his mother a homemaker. Joseph had an older brother and older sister. As the Nazis rose to power, his family opposed the regime. He was forced to join the Hitler Youth Organization against his will at the age of 14. He was eventually drafted into mandatory service in the German military. He deserted and was briefly held as a prisoner of war. After World War II ended, he studied for the priesthood and was ordained at age 24. He went on to earn a doctorate in theology and to become a professor. By the time of the Second Vatican Council in the early 1960s, Ratzinger was a respected theologian and served as an expert advisor. After the council, he returned to teaching and became vice-chancellor at the prestigious Regensburg University. In 1977, Pope St. Paul VI named Ratzinger Archbishop of Munich and Freising. Soon after, he was made a cardinal.
He always did what he was called to. He never tried to become a bishop, he never tried to become cardinal, he never tried to become pope. Nothing of this.
Pope John Paul II appointed Cardinal Ratzinger in 1981 head of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, the Vatican office that safeguards the Church's teaching. It marked the start of a collaboration with the Polish pontiff that continued for 24 years. Cardinal Ratzinger helped to draft the Catechism of the Catholic Church, the first universal catechism since the 16th century. And as cardinal, he organized the Vatican's response to the sexual abuse scandal, including creation of a special office at the Vatican to handle cases, extending and in some cases eliminating the statute of limitations for victims. After John Paul II's death in 2005, Ratzinger was elected pope in one of the shortest conclaves in modern times. We'll take an in-depth look at the accomplishments and controversies of the 8-year papacy of this gifted theologian and academic in a moment. But he will long be remembered for how his papacy ended in 2013, with the first resignation of a pope in more than 600 years.
It was shocking. It hadn't happened for so long. On the other hand, when you went back and looked at the signs that the Pope twice went to the tomb of Celestine V, that he had said in one of his book interviews, yes, a Pope can resign, and there are moments when a Pope should resign, then it all made a little more sense.
After Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio was elected in March of 2013, the Pope Emeritus continued to live within the Vatican walls at a monastery in the heart of the Vatican Gardens. The relationship between Benedict and Pope Francis was fraternal and respectful. They met on numerous occasions. Benedict XVI spent the remainder of his days in study, writing and praying in the company of his personal secretary, Monsignor Georg Gainswein, and 4 religious sisters who accompanied him through his papacy.
Ist ja eigentlich gegen seine Auffassung sehr alt geworden.
Contrary to what he thought, he lived to a ripe old age. He was convinced that after his resignation, the good Lord would grant him just one more year. No one was probably more surprised than he was to see that this one more year turned out to be quite a few more years. He was serene, composed, and we who were always around him, who lived with him, could feel that he was on the home stretch, and that this home stretch had an end. And he had this end firmly in sight.
Die Zielgerade hat ein Ende, dieses Ende hatte er fest im Blick.